afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another season of Crossing the Line. I'm your host, Matt Entrikin, and with me is my partner, Sean Sullivan. It is Valentine's Day. It is the day after the Super Bowl. Love is in the air, but also heartbreak is in the air, especially in the land of Cincinnati, where we have a lot of sad Bengals fans. But today we're bringing you all the best Super Bowl coverage on campus. Sean, first, tell me, how you doing? You're back.
Hey, it's good to be back. A lot of stuff to talk about. Always great to start an episode right after the Super Bowl, A lot of stuff to talk about, and I'd say it's time to dive into our Super Bowl recap.
Let's dive into it, Sean. Super Bowl breakdown. A lot happened. Sean, what did you think? What were your thoughts?
Well, starting off on the Bengals side, one of the things that really stood out for me, as we all saw, is poor Joe Burrow, man. He got knocked around there quite a bit. Started out in the regular season, getting sacked, and in the postseason 51 times, not just in the postseason, that's combined. But then he got hit 9 more times in the Super Bowl. The Rams defensive line had a field day, so in the offseason, these poor Bengals, please help Joe Burrow, because we all got scared. They all held our breath. We went down there with a scary knee injury. Hopefully it won't turn out to be anything, but they really need to go all out in the offseason, work that salary cap, and get this man an offensive line. It really was one of the downfalls for the Bengals in the Super Bowl.
Yes, Cincinnati Bengals, please get Joe Burrow some help. We don't want him to end up like Andrew Luck, okay? But going back to the Cincinnati Bengals performance in the Super Bowl, it was, unfortunately, did not live up to the hype. As a matter of fact, the Bengals performance kind of reminded me of the first time I asked out a girl on the date. It didn't go well because I had never done it before. I broke down and ended up losing to the cool, experienced senior quarterback guy back in high school. But that's neither here nor there. Joe Burrow didn't live up to the hype. He played fine. He played okay. He seemed poised. But at the end of the day, he just didn't play well enough. He only had one touchdown, and that touchdown probably shouldn't even happen. A face mask penalty should have gotten called. I mean, Tyler Boyd dropped a critical catch that would have led to a first down, probably would have gotten them a whole lot closer to sealing up that game. At the end of the day, no one on the Bengals just played well enough.
I wouldn't say it was a total failure for the Bengals, obviously, because coming into the offseason, or the start of the season, no one expected the Bengals to really do anything. So the fact they even got to the Super Bowl is a win in of itself. Obviously, when you get to the Super Bowl, you like to win it. But there's a lot of good things for the Bengals to build off of in this offseason. Obviously, you still have Joe Burrow. You have Jamar Chase. You have Joe Mixon. The defense played solid. Eli Apple, poor Eli Apple. He is getting torched quite a bit there on social media. Head up king. But, there's a lot of good stuff for the Bengals to build off of. More on the Rams side, one of the things that really stuck out for me was sort of an unsung hero, unfortunately, before he went down with a knee injury, and that was an Odell Beckham Jr. He got the first touchdown of the game. He got his Super Bowl moment, and then before going down with the injury. But he really, once OBJ got out of the game, the offense really kind of fell apart there for the Rams. Got to give credit to where credit is due. The Bengals defensive line played very well, but I think OBJ was one of our unsung heroes there for the Rams in this Super Bowl.
Oh, absolutely, and to a degree, Odell Beckham stays in that game, and maybe that score is a lot more worse. I mean, he was torching it up early on in the game, and who knows? I think the Bengals caught a lot of breaks and had a lot of luck. Obviously, with the T. Higgins touchdown, that never should have happened, and Odell Beckham, unfortunate, but lucky for the Bengals that he went out. So I think the Bengals had a lot of luck in this game, and still it didn't work out for them.
Got to give a lot of credit to the Rams the defensive line there. Aaron Donald obviously did Aaron Donald things. They had that little play there at the end of the third quarter where he shoved Joe Burrow pretty hard out of bounds. There's a little bit of a scuffle going on, and that really got Aaron. It was clean, yeah, clean. And then Aaron Donald really got fired up there, and that really from that point on, he completely took over the game. Got to give a lot of credit to Gaines and Leonard Floyd as well. Obviously, it's always nice to see Von Miller, the ex-Bronco, get a nice little Super Bowl ring there again. But Aaron Donald really did Aaron Donald things, and he really could have been a case made for him to be the Super Bowl MVP.
Case could be made for him for the Super Bowl MVP. And you know what, Sean? I think that's what we're going to talk about right now. Last night, Cooper Kupp, the wide receiver, won the Super Bowl MVP, a rare sight when it comes to being the best player in the Super Bowl. So we asked the question, did Cooper Kupp deserve to win that MVP? Sean, what do you think?
Not 50%, not 60%, not 70%, not 80%, not 90%, but 100% yes. Cooper Kupp absolutely deserved to be the Super Bowl MVP, and I even think a case could be made. He should have been a runner-up or a winner for the NFL MVP. He played so well. I think if you take Cooper Kupp off of that team, They may not even make the playoffs, and they definitely don't win the Super Bowl. He was one of the most impactful players throughout the whole season for the Los Angeles Rams. Cooper Kupp absolutely deserved to be the Super Bowl MVP. 2 touchdowns, and just every time, I was talking to my friend about this halfway through the third quarter, Cooper Kupp really didn't touch the ball in a while, and he's one of their best players, and their offense was pretty stagnant. Then they needed him to make a big play in that 4th and 1. He made it. He was the person that Stafford targeted the most, that sweet little no-look pass as well, that big conversion there on that game-winning drive. Obviously, he got the touchdown, so Cooper Kupp absolutely deserved the Super Bowl MVP.
Okay, Sean. I'm going to ask you a couple questions that I think is going to illuminate you to this topic.
What are they?
How many offensive snaps does a single team have throughout a game?
Probably around 50 or 60.
Okay. And how many catches did Cooper Kupp have?
He had anywhere between 8 to 12 catches.
Hey, don't overchange him. He had 9 catches for 92 yards. Now, how many snaps did Matthew Stafford take part in?
Well, as the quarterback, he took all of them.
All of them. That's right. And here's my take on this subject. Nobody but the quarterback should win Super Bowl MVP. Only the quarterback. You play 100% of the snaps, you should get 100% of the credit. There are sometimes rare exceptions, but quarterbacks deserve Super Bowl MVP.
I can't believe you right now.
What do you mean?
You are pulling a full Max Kellerman Iguodala take right now.
Max Kellerman is the wisest guy on TV.
That's not even true at all. How could you say, let's go back to Super Bowl 50, when Von Miller completely took over that game, made
Exception to the rule.
He made Cam Newton's life miserable. So there's no way that only quarterback should win the Super Bowl MVP.
Okay, hold on. Let me read you some stats, okay?
Okay.
So, Cooper Kupp, 9 receptions for 92 yards.
2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. That is, nevertheless, only 72 yards, 9 touchdowns. Those are not Super Bowl MVP numbers. You want to hear Super Bowl MVP numbers?
Sure.
10 receptions, 141 yards, 2 touchdowns. 12 receptions, 133 yards. Those are Super Bowl numbers. Only once in the history of the Super Bowl, not since Super Bowl 11, has a wide receiver won Super Bowl MVP and had less than 100 yards receiving. What Cooper Kupp did last night was not Super Bowl MVP numbers. Also, let me throw this out there. Matthew Stafford, in my opinion, probably should have won it. His numbers were almost identical to when Tom Brady won it a couple years ago.
Dude.
It was almost identical to when Joe Flacco won it, when the Ravens got it.
Because nothing says elite
3
football like
touchdowns.
Joe Flacco. Get out of here with that. And also,
I'm not saying he should have been the NFL MVP of that game.
well, Matthew Stafford's decision making at the end of that pick he threw, Van Jefferson go deep. That was a horrible interception. The second interception,
One bad throw.
That second interception wasn't on Matthew Stafford as much, but Cooper Kupp's the NFL. He's the NFL MVP in my heart, and the Super Bowl MVP in the statistic books.
All right. We're going to have to agree to disagree on that one for the sake of our relationship.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to get into the third and final segment of the day, and it's going to be our shout-outs. And today we are going to be shouting out our favorite Super Bowl commercial. Sean, get us going.
I was absolutely thrilled to see the E-Trade baby back in the swing of things. One of my favorite commercials back in the day when the E-Trade baby was riding the dog like a small horse and he was in timeout. But we got the E-Trade baby back and better than ever. Secret agent in hiding. The agents came and find him. He found his little baby buddy in the helicopter. It was hilarious. It was adorable. We all want E-Trade. And it's just a great story, you know. It's very funny and a great look for the brand of E-Trade.
Does it convince you to sign up to E-Trade?
In a heartbeat.
All right. I guess mission accomplished. My shout out is going to go to the Amazon Alexa commercial featuring Scarlett Johansson and Colin Jost. Great commercial with Alexa reading the minds of Johansson and Jost. Don't know how they kept Alexa in house after that, but hey, it was an effective commercial and that's all that matters. Still don't know why those two are together though. Don't know how that happened.
Hey, Colin Jost is a funny guy. Give the man some credit. SNL alum.
Compare their faces, Sean.
Hey, any commercial with Scarlett Johansson I think is a win in our books.
You're right. She just has to stand there and you don't need much else. All right, guys, that is going to take us to the end of this show. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Matt Entrikin.
I'm Sean Sullivan. What we want you guys to do at home for this upcoming semester with the football season going to an end, drop some comments down below once it's up on YouTube and let us know what you guys want us to talk about for these next Crossing the Line episodes.
Absolutely. Let's hear it. All right, guys, thank you very much. We'll see you next week.
Peace.